Hey, welcome back, everybody.
Welcome to October.
It is.
It is our very first show of 2020, October.
I hope it's better than the rest of the year's been.
Come on. In Michigan, it's like we're into the hunting season. September was kind of a teaser for some of us.
Yeah.
But it's officially started October 1.
That's right.
Hit the woods.
That's right. So I haven't been in the woods yet.
I haven't either.
Not hunting, that is. I was in the woods actually this weekend, but not hunting. So welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome back to the cabin. Sitting here with Danny on a blustery Sunday evening. How'd you like the weather today, man? Jeez, oh, Pete.
Welcome to rain.
Yeah, welcome to October and nasty weather. Jeez.
Right?
So,
there's one thing Michigan is good for is
changing weather
in October.
You got that right. So we're going to get a couple shares out of the way here as soon as everything connects up. So hopefully everybody's having a good weekend. And, not seeing anything on, everybody's popping in. Oh, there they are.
Yep,
over there.
They're over on the left. Mark Coleman's
Hey,
in,
Mark.
Eric Dabbs.
Good evening, Mark. Mr. Sias. He's been on the ponds. I seen him actually all duded up with some face paint on. And actually,
yes, did you see that?
Actually, Tim, see what we got? We're going to be talking about him tonight just a little bit here right off the top, so stand by. All right, so everybody's piling in here. See if my feed is caught up on my phone. We'll get some shares out of the way.
I don't know if Ron Moses can hear us in his blind.
Well, if he does have the audio up, bang. Hopefully you just shot one.
Right. Well, I hope not bang. Maybe. Well, it depends.
We'll have to wait and see.
Right?
My phone's not caught up yet. Here it goes. I think
There's Tim.
But anyway, hopefully everybody's having a good weekend.
Absolutely.
There it is. Actually, it's down on the page. All right. You know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to unpin last week's show so we pop to the top. So everybody will see the new show this week right off the top. And then I'm going to share it and we'll get going with tonight's show.
There you go. We'll get on with tonight's show. We had a great day today. Give you a little teaser here in a moment. But Michigan weather can be anything from sunny 1 minute, rain, freezing tonight, advisory, and you might as well throw in snow somewhere in the state.
Yeah, actually I heard it was supposed to snow at some point this week.
Right?
So
I'm... Okay, Ron Moses, I'll check in later. He's still hunting.
Don't blame him.
There you go.
Mark Allen, good evening, guys. Headed up to the Pigeon this Thursday. Man, what a great area to be in up there. I wish I was up that way. That is beautiful up there. Actually, that's where I spent a week elk hunting. So,
congratulations.
Tom Ginzel actually made it into the show tonight. Nice. I know he's had issues before, so good deal.
Right?
So what do you say? You ready to kick this thing off?
Yeah, let's do it.
All righty. Here, let me get the record going, and we will start tonight's show.
Hey, Tammy Delk says, howdy, boys.
Hey, Tammy, what's going on? Alrighty, here we go. Stand by in 3, 2, and 1. Welcome back to another episode of the Up North Journal, everybody. Host Mike Adams sitting in the warm cabin tonight. It is nice and toasty, and Dan DeFaw is here with me.
I am, and you know what? It is the first show in October, and the colors, the weather, it's all Michigan.
You know,
pure Michigan.
I just wish the colors would hold off about another week or so. I'm heading north in actually a little less than 2 weeks, and I would really like for the colors to hold off a little.
I think you'll be okay because, truthfully, it's still early. It's only the first week. I know up by me, I'll be going up I'll be up there 2 weeks from now.
Uh-huh.
There should be still leaves up there.
I hope so.
I don't know if it'll be past colors or not, but
there's nothing like being up north and all of a sudden it's, the colors are popping. It's nice and sunny. You get that little breeze. You can be at camp and have a campfire, all that kind of good stuff. So
cool mornings. But you know what? Speaking of cool, it's cool of our supporters to go help the people that support us.
Absolutely. Well, you want to take care of that right now?
Absolutely, I do. Folks, please go over to rebel6rubs.com. If you want 20% off your order when you check out, use the promo code NorthJournal. What better way? Open fire, a little Rebel 6 rub, maybe a fresh backstrap.
I've been using Rebel 6 this week on some food.
How's it been going?
It's rubbed me the right way.
There you go. You gotta like it. And you know what? Now that we're into hunting season, you can still got time to get your scents out there to make sense, whether it be a cover scent, maybe you're thinking about some urines, or maybe you need some steaks or a backpack. Get over to buckbaits.com, and if you use the promo code UpNorthJournal, you'll get 20% off your order on checkout.
There you go.
Like you said, those cold mornings, what better way to enjoy a cold morning but with Hunter's Blend Coffee at huntersblendcoffee.com. Use the promo code UNJ and you'll get 10% off your order over there.
Right there.
Absolutely.
There's the promo code right there, right next to my cup of Hunter's Blend Coffee that is smoking hot tonight. Man, I about burned myself. It's
I
so
know,
hot.
right?
Gotta like that. So get over and give some support and love to the people who support us here.
Nancy, oh my gosh, I love Rebel 6. It is you know what? I think overall, of all the Rebel 6 rubs, is the elk rub is the one that you can just put on just about anything.
I have to disagree with you on that. My favorite to put on a lot of different things is the wild boar rub. I put that on everything from popcorn to squash to... I had it on some chicken spaghetti this week as well.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was good.
That's awesome.
So, good stuff.
And we did something really cool today. We had an interview before the show. We did one earlier today.
Do you have that picture?
I do. Let me bring it up right here.
We'll wait until he throws it up here in the queue, and we will let him bring that full screen, and I will show this here. There you go.
There you go. A little teaser. We interviewed Nevin and his dad, Dan.
Yep, Nevin and Dan Burns from Nevin's Hunting Friends.
I can't speak. Nevin's Hunting Friends. He was in Michigan on a Michigan whitetail hunt. He was successful Friday afternoon at 5:30. There's a picture of the buck. We did an interview with him today, but we're going to release that down the road.
Absolutely. So you're gonna have to wait to hear that story.
That's just a teaser.
It's something we can talk about. You know, we got something here in studio, Danny.
We do got something here in studio, folks, and I tell you what, fresh. There you go. From Lim Walker Game Calls, a double-sided with glass over slate.
Glass over slate. That's their first double-sided call, and we have two of them here in the cabin. And I'll give a shout out to Lim Walker Game Calls and Tim Sias from West Virginia.
Absolutely.
Which is also known as
the best Virginia.
There you go.
Because the other Virginia's for lovers.
That's right. That's
I'll get it, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
I'm trying to keep you out of trouble, you know?
You know what? And
Tim or Dustin's going to get you either way.
Either way, I'm going to lose the fight, right?
Right.
You know what? I wanted to show one more picture of things that you see in Michigan that make you go hum.
Okay, before that, guys, get over to Lim Walker Game Calls. Check them out on their Facebook page. Get a hold of Tim if you want to check out any of his calls or these really cool double-sided calls. Great Christmas gift. Good stocking stuffer. Get it for the hunter in your family. So you got another pic to show me?
Yeah, I do. This was just in this afternoon. My daughter sent this to me.
Blow that up. And this is actually within a couple miles of the house here. This was, cabin, I should say.
This was approximately just about within an hour ago. Coming down 23 southbound, there's nothing better than a full-size elk.
In the back of a pickup truck.
In the back of a pickup truck. That's right. And you can see it's 23. The traffic's heading south. It's the end of the weekend. And they probably are pretty happy that they got that in the back of the truck.
That is actually probably less than a mile south of the exit I get off on to go to the house here, or the cabin. That is best Danny and I can tell. We know it's 6 on the one side and looks like at least 5 on the other. So it's at least a 6x5 bull elk. That's a Michigan elk.
That's right. And so headed southbound to one happy hunter.
I think I'd drive all over state if I had that in the back of my truck.
No kidding, right? There's your lottery winnings, right?
And if I'm not mistaken, today is the last day of the Michigan early elk season.
Okay.
So I think it's today, if I'm not mistaken.
All right.
So
well, obviously there's one happy hunter right there.
Yeah, and I know Jennifer Drake from Drake's Guiding Service, who is one of our co-workers for Buck Baits on their staff, is actually guiding is it a brother and sister?
A brother and sister drew tags, and she was out this weekend trying to get them a double.
Yeah, a brother and sister here in Michigan drew tag. How does that happen?
Well, some things are amazing.
Okay. Just
like
wondering.
drawing the tag, and let alone being a brother and sister.
Yeah, right.
We don't know the whole story, so.
Yeah. Tammy says that's dinner on a hoof. You got that right.
That's a lot of dinners on the hoof.
No kidding.
There is no doubt.
So, but no, that is cool to see that driving down the freeway. I wish I was actually the one that saw that and took that picture, but that was
my daughter's friends. They were on 23.
Okay, heading south.
Yep, heading south.
All right. So that's a little bit of news from the mid-Michigan area, I guess. News that you might not be able to use, but news you want to hear. So
Jim Miller, gobble, gobble, gobble.
Killer Miller is in the cabin tonight.
Right? And my brother says there's a lot of leaves still on the tree. Yeah, he sent me a picture. He was up in the tree stand yesterday, I think it was.
Oh, up at your place.
No, he was actually hunting in the thumb. He goes hunting in the thumb, and yeah, there's a lot of looked a little green.
Yeah, there's a lot of green still around here. I was actually out in the woods here locally, doing some hiking over at one of our favorite state parks, and there was a lot of green left. So,
how'd you do hiking?
I'll put on a couple miles.
Excellent. Did you feel good about it?
Anytime I'm in the woods, I feel good about it.
Well, it's always good to feel healthy and be healthy while you're out there walking in the woods.
Absolutely, and that's our subject tonight that we want to talk about.
It's one of those things. Actually, it's also about being ethical. Now,
we're going to tie these two together, and it's going to be a process here. So just stick with us on this, folks. And it came from a very good friend of mine up in our hunting area. A buddy of mine, Luke Sitton, actually sent me an article, and we'll dive into that later. But we want to get to how we got to this point.
Right. It all started about 2 years ago, and everybody that's watched the show has kind of been on this journey with us. I actually put out a little video last night about it, kind of tipping everybody off as to what we were kind of going to talk about today. Because Mike and I actually discussed this topic, and this article just blended right into this. 2 years ago, this week, matter of fact, I think it's October 8th is the exact date, we decided together as a team, kind of like Mike and Dan, we're going to the gym.
Yep. Well, I come to a realization, and it was in September, so it's been just past the 2 year mark that I come to this epiphany. It didn't take much to persuade me, but I've got a picture I keep in my phone, and it's my my go-to pick when I don't feel like going to the gym or I don't feel like working out. It's my motivation. And I was huge. I was 265 pounds. When I go to my tree stand, I was out of breath. I couldn't climb. I'd have to stand there and hang onto the ladder, catch my breath to climb. And I felt horrible. I wasn't in shape, and I was basically killing myself.
Well, that's the thing. You got to understand, when Mike and I made this decision, we're gonna do it as a team, because it helps when you have somebody on your back, literally on your back, telling you either get to the gym or you can do it or you can do more, something like that. So it was accountability.
Absolutely. And there's days that neither one of us wanted. And today was one of those days for me. I didn't feel like doing anything today. And I knew we were doing the show tonight, and I was kind of going to bounce back on that a little bit. But I beat myself up today for not going to the gym or going downstairs into my own gym and working out or running or doing something productive.
And it's gotten to the point to me now, 2 years into this little journey that we've been on, that
you're Robin. Yes, I saw that comment.
Yeah, I figured you would. So
I'm Batman. Batman and Robin,
but
the dynamic duo.
I'm good with that. I'm okay with that.
I won't let him wear tights. There's a joke there. There's a joke there.
Luckily, I'm the comedic value of this team.
You've got to be on the inside group to understand that.
Right,
joke.
exactly. And, this morning I woke up, because that's what we do when we get older, is you just, wake up. Well, some of us do. Some of us wake up late on a Sunday, but we won't talk about that.
Some of us get up at 2:30, 4:30 in the morning for no reason.
Some get up at 11 o'clock in the morning and come up with some kind of issue. But
right.
I got up, and I knew we were doing the interview early, and they, I said, you know what?
We've got a comedy crowd in the chat room tonight. I don't know if I can make you. I don't know that I want to see you in tights.
Thanks.
For those of you on the podcast, you're missing by not watching the live stream.
Right, exactly.
Catch it Wednesday on YouTube at 7 or later in the day, actually.
Right, exactly. And I said to myself, before I have coffee, before I have my Hunter's Blend, you know what? Just go to the gym.
Right.
Get it over with. Get to the gym. You'll be done in an hour. Mm-hmm. It took me a little longer. I wasn't dogging it today. I was just kind of not cruise. I guess cruise control.
Yeah.
It took me 70 minutes to do what I normally do in 60-ish.
Okay.
So I got 10 miles on the elliptical, and I was done. I was done for the day, and I felt better. I came home, and I said, coffee. But it's getting to that point where actually you start to feel almost a little guilty. Mm-hmm. Because we've gone and made a change in our lifestyles. And it's, whether you're there at 12 o'clock at night sometimes working out, or I'm there whenever, I'm usually there, I'm a kind of a morning or an afternoon kind of guy whenever I can get into my schedule. Mm-hmm. But those are the times that we can work out. And 111 pounds later, 66 by you, 45 by me. Actually, I was a little bit more today. It was kind of nice. You feel better. I actually had to go buy new jeans.
I have too, and the jeans that I've bought now are 2 sizes smaller than the ones I previously had, and now these are loose. And I've got a thing. I'm seriously considering going and buying more that are smaller yet. So
maybe I'll have to go out and buy a new pair of tights. Obviously,
you know. And the thing, don't take this the wrong way, people. We're not bragging. What we're doing is we're trying to motivate people to get on this track with us.
Off the couch.
Get off the couch. That's been our slogan for 2 years now, and we want to, we actually got that from Tread Barta. And if there's anybody who has inspired us, it was that man when he was alive, and what he did is simply amazing.
2 people in the last 2 years.
Last year.
Well, in the last year. But overall, that have inspired us to do what we're doing on the side besides the outdoor gig is Tread Barta, who was in a wheelchair, and also Jim Beasley.
Yep. We lost them both.
We lost them both within
last year,
and you just sit back and you go, you got to admire Tread. And to me, Tread Barta was larger than life when I met him, because I remember back in the yesterdays of him being on NBC and all those shows, and just being in his presence was awesome, and watching him command the floor again was just, but there again, he did not let get his handicap of the spinal stroke get in the way.
Absolutely. And what we've been able to do is we've changed our lives, and we're not letting the past getting in our way. And and this week for us is going to be the 2-year mark. Right. So and I wanted to show something, because yesterday I hit a major milestone. I tipped the scales at 199, and it was 66 pounds. That's the first time I've been less than 200 pounds in over 30 years. So if I can do this, there's no reason why other people can't join us.
And if there's anything, it's just to start. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to go 6, 7, 8 days a week.
No.
But
start small.
Start small. And one of the key things of all this whole thing, attainable goals. Don't set your goals so far out that you'll never get them. Start small. Hey, am I going to lift 50 pounds this week? Yep. Next week, increase it by 5 or maybe 2.
Right.
But don't say, well, this week I'm going to lift 50. Next week I'm going to lift 100.
Yeah. When I started out, I never had a set weight goal that I wanted to get down to. I just knew I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to lose weight and live better. And that was my goal. And wherever I land, I land. But I've got some realistic goals now. And that's the other thing, is make your goals realistic. Don't chase this mighty number. And don't do this because, I want to run a marathon, or I want to go on this extreme hunt, or I want to go do this or that. Do it because you want to live. Make it a lifestyle choice, not something you do in order to be able to do something. Does that make sense?
Yep. No. Don't do it because you want to go do that. Do it because of all the factors.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to go hunt out west in the mountains, you do need to be in shape. But if you're in shape already, you can do that already.
Okay.
You know, get there, set your goals, set them smart. I know Gina, the one we shoot with on the indoor league, just getting her out there walking, and we're trying to hold her accountable. You know, hey, you got to get out there, and she'll, you know, send us a picture or whatnot, say, hey, I'm out there.
Yep.
You know, it's you.
Those
and I,
little attaboys help so much, encouraging other people. When I'll post something and somebody say, "Hey, this is what I did today," you know, because I'll say, "Well, what are you doing today?" And people start posting. I'm like, "Yeah, it's great. That's awesome news. Keep at it." And you just keep encouraging people and keep pushing, giving them that motivation to keep going forward. So
absolutely. Now, how does this all tie into hunting?
I tell you what, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to tie health in with ethical hunting. Sound good?
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to step outside, take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. Okay, for those of you on the live stream, if you've got questions, any comments, shoot them our way. We'll entertain some questions along the way as well.
Absolutely. Any questions about anything? We're kind of talking health and ethics tonight. Got a special announcement in our third segment, I think.
We got a lot of people that I see new names in here, so thanks for joining us tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us.
We're going to save this section off here for the podcast people so they can have it later, and we'll get going on with the next segment of the show.
Well, that's right.
Alrighty. Okay, here we go. And stand by in 3, 2, and 1. Welcome back. Second segment of the show. You know, right before we went to break, we're talking a little bit about, you know, how we got on this two-year journey of losing weight, getting in shape, and making our lives better. And now we want to talk about how we carry this over into hunting ethics. And, you know, when I first heard that, I was scratched my head. You know, I was like, huh?
What does that got to do with hunting ethics?
How does getting healthy carry into hunting ethics? And then a really good friend of mine, and when he mentioned that, he sent me this article, and it was from the Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. It was in their magazine last quarter of 2019. 99. Where'd I come up with that? Whoa. But anyway, getting back to that. Basically, it was talking about, you know, people who go out hunting and put themselves out into the elements and being in physical condition to be able to do that. And the first kind of line I want to take with this is the article led us down this road of, okay, think about whether it be hunting here in Michigan and you're stalking deer, or if you're, you know, hunting rabbits, or if you're, you know, whatever you're doing, you're chasing something in the hunting scenario, or you're out west and you're going to do a hike in to shoot an elk, or maybe you're chasing antelope out in Kansas, whatever.
Well, here I remember this a couple years back. A simple rabbit hunt, walk in the woods.
Yes.
Just getting out, walk in the woods, and being able to walk the woods and not feel
exhausted. Yep. You know, and when you lose weight, you're in better shape to be able to do that. That was the whole point of this. So putting yourself in the best physical condition that you can be in, and going out and doing these hunts. When you get out and you start pursuing game and you chase game, and all of a sudden you have that opportunity, and you've been walking or hiking or climbing or whatever to get to that point, and you're exhausted, and all of a sudden you lay down on your pack and you draw up your rifle to take that shot, and you're just huffing and puffing, and you can't take a good ethical shot. Some people will rush that shot, or in order to not do that, they'll stop short. It's like, man, if I climb that extra 50 yards, I'm going to be out of breath. I'm not going to be able to take a shot, so I'm just going to take it from here. Then you're taking yet and still an unethical shot, because you don't have the energy to get closer. You know what I'm saying? And people do that.
Absolutely. And part of our friend Tim Andrus over at Rush Outdoors, one of his things that he was practicing in the summer was putting on his jacket. He would shoot one shot, run to the target, get his arrow, and run back and shoot right away to get that elevated breathing, to get that adrenaline rush, and then shoot right back after that. Same thing. Practicing what he thinks he's going to get out in the field conditions.
Those are the things that where ethics come into play. Are you in the best shape that you can be to get out and be able to pursue game and take an ethical shot? That's key. Don't do any injustice to the game you're chasing because you're not in shape. Don't push those margins and boundaries, if that makes any sense.
Exactly. And we're talking about the hunter's health, he or she doing justice for the game we're after. Just like after you shoot one, doing the animal justice enough to look for it, to exhaust all the means by which you have to look for the game. If it's recovered, that's bonus.
Well, Eric Gabbs here, he makes a great point. He says health, in my opinion, ties into hunting by having a healthy mind and body. So it's not just the body, it's also the mind being clear, being sharp, being on your game, having the energy to be able to make those clean, clear, quick decisions as well. And it all goes together.
It does. And a big shout out to Jim Miller. He's lost 20 pounds the last few months, and he says it's mostly through diet change. And that's part of the mental change when you go eat or you go, you can still have it. Trust me. You can have that pasta. You just don't have a lot of that pasta.
Yeah.
Don't go on these, I'm sorry, but some of these diets that I hear that their people are just starving themselves.
Yeah, that's not good either.
That's not good either.
No.
So, ethical as part as the hunter.
Okay, now let's take it a step further. So you've got the game, and you've exhausted yourself getting to the game, whether it be like a big mountain hunt out west. Okay, you've chased that game down, you've shot it. Now comes the real work. Now you've got to break this animal down in the field, and you got to pack it out. So at that point, are you spoiling game meat because you can't get it out in time?
All right. We talked to Brian Anderson last week, who helped his buddy. They pulled out an elk. They put, I think he said 80 pounds on his back.
Yep.
And, 80 pounds extra on your back trying to go up and down a hill is not the greatest afoot thing to do.
Yeah.
And exactly there, they got the whole animal out, which is great. But if you're not able to take the whole animal, then you're not doing it justice.
It's wanton waste. That's not doing the animal. It's justice being able to bring that meat out, and you're wasting it. So there's ethics that go into that. The next big thing is that I feel is okay. So maybe you are out of shape, and you're like, you know what? I'm still going to go hunting. I'm going to go climb my tree stand, sit out there, whatever. Because you're out of shape, all of a sudden you put yourself in a position, maybe you do get a deer and you're dragging it out, or it's an elk and you're packing it out, and all of a sudden you're so out of shape you have a heart attack. Well, now you've put rescuers in harm's way by having to come out and rescue you out of conditions that may be detrimental to them as well.
Absolutely. I've watched on TV the law enforcement out east.
Northwoods Law.
Where a hiker's hurt. They mobilize a team, and they basically send 20 people up the mountain, up the hiking trail to go get them out, and each one of them's got it. So that's 20 times the people that are coming down that potentially could get hurt.
Right.
Now, they did a great job. They were able to get that. But again, like you said, injustice and ethics of you making sure that you're just properly prepared for what you're about to do.
Well, let's take a step and go on to the fishing side, or maybe so much the fishing, but maybe it's kayaking or canoeing or tubing on a river, whatever. And you're doing something where you're not in the best shape, and all of a sudden you're in a detrimental situation of life and death, where maybe you get caught in if you're in the ocean in a rip current or something like that, and once again you can't get out of a situation that's put your life in peril, and now people have to come in and rescue you.
And that's another fine point of it. Some of them you really can't. You're not in control of. Some things just happen.
That's right.
But don't put yourself in a situation where you might not be able to get out of. I've heard a couple people trying to take that selfie on that side of the cliff.
Right.
And they find him at the bottom of the cliff.
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't the smartest move. So being able to learn what you can handle, and it's okay in the gym and out lifting weights to push it, but make sure when you're doing it out in the wilderness and stuff, being ethical about that you come back safe.
Absolutely. We've talked with Pedro de Amporo, a PSE shooter, he's from Spain. We became friends with him. And some of the things that he's talked about of, being in shape, and where they have to actually pack water into the destinations they're going to because there's no water there.
Yep.
So they've got to be in shape and able to carry all that extra gear in to survive and be able to do these hunts and get back out.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Donnie Vincent, another guy that does kind of, he went through his backpack on Adak Island about what he was backpacking in, and things were light, but it's still, he had to, if anybody watches the video, you got to catch the part where he says, yeah, we stopped filming here because of the potential we all could have died in the boat.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. He says even the guys that were taking them in the boat were scared.
Yeah.
And, there again. So, being ethical, I think it's a great thing and a good thing is wanting to come home after a hunt to your family or out of the woods to the camp or whatever it might be, and then enjoying it. I mean, come on now. We worked out. We still have a good time.
Well, you know what? Think about, and I do this when I go to the gym now, whatever weight I have lost at the time, I always go over to the dumbbell rack and I look, and they're like, now it's 65, and I look at 65-pound dumbbell, and you pick that up and go, this, and that's no small feat of picking that up, that's heavy, and you think, this is what I was carrying around with me every single day. Well, what is that doing to the joints on your body and your bones, and to your mental psyche as well, and everything goes along with it.
Knee joints.
It's simply incredible.
Hips. Yep. No, it's definitely, you just, and the reason why we're doing this, folks, is like Mike said, this is just an awareness for everybody to try to get a little bit healthier, come back alive. I know we're going to hear it. We're always going to hear it. It's that time of year. We're going to have people, unfortunately, having a heart attack that might not have been out in their control.
Yep.
Dragging a deer out, or something happens.
Well, quick shout out here. Land O'Lakes Bowman, he's giving us a shout out here. 199 Prodigy. That's buddy of ours, and I don't know. Should we mention names? We talked about the show.
He actually
posted this. Billy Hoffman.
Yeah.
He had a scare a couple of years ago, and when we found out about it, that was another motivating factor for me to get my butt in the gym. So, hats off to him and getting that taken care of.
Absolutely.
And motivating us to do the same thing.
And there again, we all got families and loved ones that we like to come home with or go share the experience with, and I don't want them dragging me out.
Right. Exactly. So, and that's kind of the mindset we want to take with this tonight is, we are patting ourselves on the back just a little bit because it's been the 2-year mark, but it's a lifestyle change that we've made in our lives, and we're going to continue and keep pressing forward, and hopefully it's going to motivate you. But we also want to take it that extra step and just say, there's more to this than meets the eye. When it comes to hunting and fishing and being in the outdoors, whether you could be a canoe or kayaker, a backpacker, horseback rider, whatever you do in the outdoors, put yourself in the best possible position to be healthy and safe, and take that time to watch your diet. Take time to exercise and be physically fit for when you charge into the outdoors. That you make,
absolutely,
like you said, you make it back safe.
And I'm not gonna lie, Planet Fitness, $10 a month.
Yep.
And we've made a great friend over there, our trainer.
Hellboy.
Okay, you said it. I was trying to be nice about it.
That's what I call him, Hellboy.
You know what? We were out for so many months, and we went back in. We surprised him the way we looked, and he was proud of us. And to get that pat on the back, but having a trainer there to push you, and at Planet Fitness, they're free.
Yep.
Take it up.
Well, and Billy just said, he had a 12% chance of survival from his heart issue, and he lived for a reason, to change his life and others. And it has. It's changed ours.
Absolutely.
So hopefully, between what we've mentioned with him and a few other people and Danny and I, hopefully it makes an impact in your life.
And we want to see those hero shots with you and your doe, or you and that buck, and we don't want it to be your last picture.
Absolutely. Yeah, because, I got one right there, man. This guy's not with us anymore.
Yep. I mean, and that's one of the things that drove us. There is a picture, and we'll get it out. We don't have it with us.
There's another one.
Yep.
Tread. There's 2 guys that are no longer with us.
And one, those 2 guys have inspired us, like we talked about earlier, to do what we've done. Actually, do the outdoor thing as well. Tread. We only had 6 months, maybe. Okay, maybe 4 months.
It was a short amount of time that we formed that friendship with him.
We did, and Jim Beasley's been years from when he first opened up the shop to to a week before he passed away, actually.
Yeah, and that was actually last weekend was the 1 year anniversary of his passing.
Right, and it was just one of those things. You just, folks, take the time, get out, whether it's just a little bit of a walk to your mailbox. I don't care.
Start small.
Start small. Make goals attainable, and each goal you hit is a proud moment.
Absolutely.
No matter how big or small.
That's right. So I tell you what, with that, we're going to go to a break, and for those of you who are on the live stream, we're going to throw up our opening trailer page with some music here for just a second, just so we can set something up. So hang with us. We're not going anywhere, but we're going to clip our audio, and we're going to throw this up. So hang tight. We'll be right back after this. All right, welcome back.
Welcome back. Third segment of the surprise segment of the night. This was semi-planned. Actually, no, it was planned. But Billy Hoffman likes surprises, and we got a surprise for you, an announcement for Up North Journal. We have, and if everybody's watched the show, you've kind of noticed she's been in the background of the show, and we kind of did some talking over the last couple months, and actually, she's a lifelong friend for me. We grew up next.
Fence away.
Yeah, a fence away. She's a redhead. I was a redhead. I guess I'm still a redhead.
Same birthday.
We have the same birthday. Don't ask us, folks. We just grew up together.
I'm just along for the ride here.
Yeah, he's along for the ride. But Tammy Delk is coming on board with Up North Journal. She's going to be doing our marketing, and she's going to do some fishing side too, because she was the one that invited us out to her walleye fish fry a couple weeks back, and we had the walleye cheeks, and boy, were they good. Tammy, welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And you know what? She's going to be handling our marketing duties. So a lot of this stuff we're going to turn over to her for marketing and social media. It's going to her, so Mike and I can concentrate on what we do.
Send all emails.
That's right. Send all emails. She's on the website. You got any questions, you send them to her. But I want to welcome Tammy Delkabord. She's done actually some fishing and hunting. So we're going to get a little bit to know Tammy. And besides the marketing, social media, Tammy, you do a lot of walleye fishing.
Not enough, but yep.
Look at that, folks. Not enough walleye fishing. You go up on the North Channel, right?
Correct.
North Channel.
Middle channel. Yep. Middle channel.
And Kevin Craven, you're out there. You're out there with in that. Yeah, we're not twins. Dad, don't go there, Billy Hoffman. But when do you start fishing? Heading out in there. What's the earliest you've been out there?
Oh my gosh. Depending on the weather.
Have you gone out there with ice
February,
still out
March?
there? Really?
I got to be honest. I just hop in the boat and go. I
Okay.
don't pay attention to the calendar.
Because I was wondering about that. Because I know some of these guys we see up on the Saginaw Bay, and first ice is best ice, last ice out, and this and this and that. And you do a lot of walleye fishing, and we've talked about that. And we've had Yamaha walleye professionals. And actually, you had a great tip for when we had Brandon on Palaniuk, and you said go to the channels.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the funniest thing because I was watching the live episode. I think it was on ESPN.
And I was teasing you because I'm not a pro.
Right, you were teasing me.
But we were catching better and bigger than he was.
And by gosh, the two top guys that were when I tuned in were in the channel and they were catching the big ones.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, listen to her. So
Got the local hot tip.
right, she does, and she's gonna be joining us talking about fishing and walleye. Maybe some tips from out on the boat. She runs a Yamaha motor, folks, and kudos to Yamaha. So
well, my captain does. Gotta give credit
Gotta
to the
give-
captain.
And your captain is?
Todd, my
Okay.
boyfriend.
Captain
Yeah.
Todd.
Okay, Captain Todd.
There we go. But anyways, how long you been fishing?
For, oh my gosh, just a couple years.
Couple years. And
Went my whole life with never fishing, and he created a monster.
and not only for fishing, but also your hunting side.
Absolutely.
Now, what have you gotten hunting wise?
Just 4 deer.
No, just for
Not just 4 deer.
Right.
you've gotten 4 deer. There's people out there who haven't gotten any deer.
That's
I
right.
know.
Now you've
I've
got-
been so blessed
Exactly.
in 2 years. Yeah.
And you're getting ready. You're hunting up in the Beaverton area.
This is our new property. Yeah.
New
That
property.
that we're hunting at.
So are you thinking positive? Is it looking? What's the perspective you're looking at for this year? Looking good?
I'm hoping so. I'm always positive. It's going to be a win-win and have fun, you know.
Absolutely.
Even if you come home without, some meat in the freezer, it's still a fun experience getting outdoors.
and Captain Todd says March usually,
Okay. Well, Captain Todd knows best.
right? So, but no, it's good. It's that time of year, and you hunt primarily with a crossbow.
Correct.
Do you use gun?
Correct. I'm just this past year the past hunting season, I was introduced to a black powder.
Okay.
So I never had gained the confidence that I would have the strength to pull back a bow, and yeah, to get me weaned into hunting, I think it was an easy transition for a newbie like me.
Okay. That makes
to
sense.
start with a crossbow.
Yeah.
Well, and
Yep.
trust me, with Mike and I, you're going to be pulling back a bow in no time.
Absolutely.
There is going to
I
be
look forward
no
to it.
doubt about it that you're going to be trying that. Todd, and she's way prettier than the other two. All right.
Thanks.
I wouldn't go about it.
She can hang with the best fishing. I tell you what.
Lots of compliments there.
Yeah.
Thank
So-
you, Nancy.
Yeah. So, folks, having Tammy on board, for me, it's kind of we're actually kind of going back into our past, being together across the fence again and working together and going to school together and all that happy stuff that we had back years. And now she's on board with Up North Journal. We're going to bring her on, like I said, doing the social media, doing our marketing, and hopefully you're going to see her more maybe in front of the camera with some live shots from out on the boat, maybe some from the hunting area, wherever you might be, from the blind, because I think you said you got good signal
We have
in the
signal
blind.
in the blind, but not in the camper.
I know that feeling because
So,
I got to be on my high side of the property to get
Yeah.
good signal, and at the cabin is
Same way at our place.
same way at your place.
Yep.
Go figure, right? So, but I hope you enjoy the ride with us. We had dinner before the show and kind of got into cutting it up, and
Yeah.
and I know you're right for the job when you like Mike's vanity plate.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that you start making those comments and you get it
You can't see it here. I got a copy of it right up here. So
right, and you've been watching the show for a long time. And
I have.
It-
Yeah.
It's one of those things. It's a cool fact, and I just want you to come on board, enjoy the ride with us, have fun with us, and show the people what you do.
Absolutely.
Well-
It'll be great.
she's the one that always talks about
Yep.
you got to
You
answer
should.
the questions.
You should do this. You,
got-
should
you
do
got-
this.
you gotta
What
answer
about
it.
this?
Don't forget the question.
She's the one that if I do not say we're going to the last segment, when we interview people, the last segment, if we're going into the last segment and I haven't mentioned anything about the 5 questions, my phone usually lights up and it's her going 5 questions. I'm like, all right,
Well, why don't we just throw it to a break? We come back. Let's do the questions.
let's do 'em.
we got to turn the tables here and have her answer, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
It wouldn't be right without it.
Throw it to a
Sounds
break,
good.
Danny.
All right, folks. Stay tuned. As we come back, we're going to have newbie, UNJ, Tammy Delk, answer the 5 questions.
All right.
All right, folks. Going into the last segment, we got Tammy on board. Any questions you want to throw at her or us while we're getting ready to go into our last segment? Actually, I think there's only 4 questions.
I think there are 4. I don't know where that 5th one came from.
It was 5 at one time, but I think we dropped one.
He'll throw one in for good measure. or
There you
something
go.
Right.
Just to throw me off.
Right?
Have you been thinking about all these questions for the week?
I have not.
No, she
I
hasn't.
didn't even think about it.
No.
That's good. All right. Here we go.
Stand by in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. Last segment of the show, we're interviewing newbie Tammy Delk, and guess what, folks? That's right.
Rookie.
She's got to answer the 5 questions. Actually, we think we just figured out there's actually 4. But it wouldn't be an interview without somebody in the cabin or somebody on the computer without them being asked the 5 questions. 4. I'm going to have to change that. I've got 5 in my head. But, all right, let's start with the first one. Tammy, you're in your car. You're heading out to go up hunting. Or you're driving out to go to the fishing spot, wherever. What are you listening to on the radio?
Definitely country music. All the time.
Old country?
Oldies,
New
old-
country?
Old country.
Uh-oh, you and Mike are going to
George
get
Jones or
it. Uh-oh.
No
David
show
Allen
Jones.
Coe or
Right?
Johnny Cash.
There we
Right?
go.
Little Johnny Cash. I like that one.
That's good. Yeah.
All right, so you're listening to your favorite country, old country as it is. You know, you're driving along. You gotta have a favorite snack in the truck with you, because I know you drive a truck. So what's your favorite snack?
We usually munch on hunter sticks going up. Yeah.
Ones you buy in the store, or do you make them?
Unfortunately, I haven't gained that talent yet. So
We're gonna change that if
Yeah,
you get a deer.
absolutely.
I
I
told
look
you we're
forward
gonna change that. I'll show you how to make hunter sticks.
absolutely can't go wrong with beef jerky or hunter sticks.
There you go.
Products. Good
Absolutely.
protein.
Hot dead
Right?
animal all the time.
Exactly. You know what? And so Mike and I, you invited Mike. Well, this is almost a preloaded question, right? You invited Mike and I over for dinner, and you're going to cook us a meal. You're going to cook us a meal, not
Okay.
Captain Todd. He's not going to fry us a fish.
Okay.
What meal are you going to make us? Whether it be venison, a fish, or something. What are you going to make us?
Oh my gosh. Well, you already had his or
His.
our fish fry for walleye. Probably I'll just keep it simple. Just straight back straps or
Any
maybe
spe-
venison spaghetti. I don't know.
anything special on the backstraps? Do you guys
See,
like?
I'm a plain girl. I want to taste my meat, so I'll just put a little seasoning on it, but I just do it simple.
Okay, so
Simple, juicy.
not gonna lie, backstraps are probably about one of the best meats to do that with. Whether you just do I sometimes just do a butter, and then I'll do them in the pan. And I agree with you there. But obviously, Mike and I are not going to say no to backstraps. That's just
Never.
not going to happen.
And
so,
it just came to my mind that I probably would switch it up because I've never heard of a venison ham.
Ooh.
And a friend of ours had turned us on to that. So when I got a few of the deer processed, I asked for the venison hams. You can't go wrong. You
Really?
cannot go wrong. It's a great mix between. The best way I could describe it is it's a great mix between a corned beef and a ham. So if you like corned beef and you like ham, you'll love venison ham. Definitely.
okay, I'm in because you put a corned beef in front of me and it's over.
Absolutely.
That's just
Absolutely.
He gone.
It's gone. You're right. Oh, my brother says maybe you can come up with the 5th question. Yeah, we got some comments going today.
Right.
All right. So we've had dinner. We're sitting around the campfire. We're drinking Hunter's Blend coffee to finish off the night. And you're going to tell us one of your stories that comes to mind that just, you're going to tell us the story, whether it be outdoors or what is it? What story are you going to tell us
Oh my gosh.
that you'd reflect on to want us to know?
That I would want you to know? Probably nothing. I would say no stories.
Oh, no. You got to come up with a story. We're not leaving this bonfire until you come up with a story.
I have no idea.
What about your first deer? Do you remember your first deer?
I do.
Was it with a crossbow or a gun?
It was with a crossbow.
Okay. Buck or doe?
It was a little 4-point buck. Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so take us through
I
it.
took a shot about, I don't know, about 30, 35 yards.
Was he were you surprised that he showed up?
Actually, yes, because like most hunters, they're really busy with their face in the phone, and the deer kind of sneak in,
Right.
And so I looked up, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
There he is.
And I'm paraphrasing for the family crowd, but so I grabbed my I grabbed my bow, and I was very shocked he didn't move, and I was very shocked I didn't spook him off, and so I took my shot, and I've gotten a little better because we had to chase him,
So you had to do a little tracking job.
Little tracking.
Todd was with you.
Todd was with me.
So you had to do a little tracking job on this guy.
Yep.
So did he expire, or did you have to put another one into him?
No, he did expire.
Oh, okay. So
Yep.
that's good.
Yeah. I was very grateful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Actually, Captain Todd says make some venison sloppy joes.
That's Todd's recipe. He
Ah.
makes a mean venison sloppy joe.
So okay, so your first buck, a 4-point, 30 yards. That's always a good story as your first deer. There's just something about and you'll remember that, and I remember mine.
Was,
Mike remembers his.
everybody says that, and of course I'm new. I just kind of shadowed the previous hunting season over Todd's shoulder in the blind, and I thought, you know what, I'm a big girl now. Let me do it on my own. And so it was pretty cool. It was a very I don't mean to get all mushy or sentimental on you.
No, you can't.
But
really.
once we found that deer,
Emotional?
It was emotional. I gave gratitude and said, you know what, this is a beautiful thing, and oh my God, I was hooked.
I
I
tell
thought
you
I was
what.
hooked before I got the deer.
Right.
After I got the deer, I was like, yep, I'm a hunter for life. It has to be.
When you get your first deer or your first whatever you're after, usually it's pretty emotional. I know with me when my daughter got hers, it was just. I know you were emotional too when your kids got. Yeah, I was a wreck too. But it's something as you go through. You've done all this.
Yeah.
Till you walk up on this animal that you've actually taken. You've done everything you've practiced to do, everything you've thought about you were going to be doing, because you've played that scenario in your mind, sitting in that blind 100 times.
Well, we're all big and bad when we're in the blind.
Oh, yeah.
And once you get that creature and you look at that, it humbles you way down. Yeah.
And then
you have like such an enormous gratitude
And respect for the animal.
respect
Yeah.
that you didn't even know you possessed.
and then a little bit down the road, when you're making the back straps or you're making whatever you're making from that animal that you take, and you just sit there and you look at this plate, Rebel 6 rubs. and you're thinking,
I have to be honest, I'm new to Rebel 6 rubs.
Well,
I only tried them probably back within, I don't know, the beginning of the year.
yeah.
And I got to give them credit. Their elk rub is phenomenal. I sprinkle that on everything.
I tell you, elk rub is good. But
Yeah.
you sit there and you're thankful then again for the animal you're about to enjoy, and it's just that full circle of
Field of fork.
Oh, yeah.
field to fork.
Absolutely.
And you being within a few years of your years of hunting and not being out in the boat and fishing is just going to keep on going, and the memories just keep on styling and picking up, and so you got a 4-point. That's excellent.
Absolutely.
We'll take that story.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's just one of those things. But I just wanted to say, Tammy, welcome aboard.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to have her on, hopefully to see more of her down the road, whether it be fishing, hunting related, and then we're going to go from there. And next year, who knows what's going to happen with the UNJ? It's a new year, and hopefully better than this one.
I'm trying to keep him under control, folks. It's hard to keep him on a chain.
Yes. So, you got anything for Tammy?
I was trying to think of a fifth question. I don't know.
Well,
I'll have to come up with something.
I like Nancy's fifth question at this point in time. Why are you doing this to yourself?
Right.
Right? But you
You got any questions for us?
A bunch of them.
Yeah?
A bunch of them, but I'll ask them as I go.
Nothing you want to put on the show, okay.
No,
Right?
no.
You turkey hunt as well.
You know, I have never turkey hunted per se, but I am. You and Mike introduced me to the turkey calls
Yep.
when we did a
Oh, when we were at Cabela.
workshop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I got to be honest, I play with my turkey call, even though I've never shot at a turkey.
Well, you told a story earlier today.
Yeah.
Tell that story.
So when you could have a feeder, you know,
Back in the day.
I noticed that you could see turkeys and then they'd, you know, meander off, and then all of a sudden the deer would come in. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Turkeys come in, leave, and deer come, you know.
Right?
Yeah. So I played with my turkey call a couple times, and lo and behold, they think the turkeys are eating the corn. So, you know,
And then here come the deer.
and here come the deer.
Well, that's the thing. It's those little things, and then when you're out there and you see the reaction between turkeys and deers, and it is funny because I had last year when I had that happen, and the deer did not like them. They were like,
Yeah.
it was just get away from me.
Right, right.
But you know what? We're gonna have to see if we can't get you out in the turkey woods. Get you out
I'd
there.
like to try it.
It
Why
is-
not broaden my...
I tell you what, Mike introduced it to me. I'm hooked. Coming out of winter into spring, and you're able to go out and it's warm and hunt is
Breath of
just
fresh air.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, folks. If you haven't tried spring turkey hunting, you got to get out there and try it. I wouldn't mind having Lynn Walker Game Call guy call for me,
Right?
but we're gonna get you out there. See if we can't get you out there on a bird. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
You know,
Be
it's all part of the learning process. You can add that to your hunting repertoire.
There you go. Always learning to
New
broaden it.
things.
Yeah.
Absolutely, new things in the outdoors, and you're gonna get me out on that fishing boat. Is what you're gonna do,
We will.
and we'll be glad to do that. So, all right. Anything from you?
Nope, I think that's pretty much it.
That's it. Welcome aboard again, Tammy.
Thank you guys for having me.
That's right. Just like Mike said, send her all the emails.
That's right.
And folks, overall show today, we talked about health. We talked about being ethics for hunting. Please get to the doctor. Go get checked out. At least get that first physical. That I know I hate doctors, but you got to do it. Get out there. Get yourself where you can live longer. Be healthy. Be ethical for the game you're about to take. As you can see, Mike and I, we've done it. We're doing it. And he's got two pictures of two friends that we lost that kind of have pushed us to where we're going today. Billy Hoffman, I tell you what, you know, bud, I totally get it what you meant. We live. And
Get rid of the bad out of your life and put the good in.
there you go.
You know, that's my motto now.
And welcome aboard, Tammy.
Thank you.
And we'll see everybody next week. And on the podcast, everybody, remember, be safe, be ethical, and shoot straight. And we will talk to you guys next week. And those for you on the live cast. Tim Cias, yeah, that's right, buddy. We're going to stay on here just a few more minutes. If you got any questions, throw them at us. Tammy's in the cabin. Sucker. That's right, Jim Miller. Turkey is why I get up in the morning. Absolutely. You got to meet Mr. Killer Miller himself. Good guy. And we'll introduce you to him as well. Tim Cias, obviously you know by watching the show.
Absolutely.
And
Jim, you gotta get you one of these double-sided calls from Lim Walker. I'm telling you.
that's right.
That's beautiful.
It
It's
is.
The resonance of this is just incredible.
What, Tim, what wood is this?
Yeah, Tim's on right now.
Yeah, Tim's on right now.
Man, I'm ready for spring.
All right.
Anybody else got anything? Chime in before we let y'all go.
That's
please.
right. Gotta find a sweet spot on that. All right, I think we're good.
All right, we're gonna sign off, folks. Get over to our website, check everything out, our social media, give us a like, follow, and share.
That's right. Like, follow, share. If you're over on YouTube, become a subscriber. Tell everybody about us. And it's Cherrywood.
There you go.
All right.
That'll do it for us this week.